Hello once again, we are back to Wolfenstein. So where we left off, I think we're about to breach into the TV studios where one Frau Engel was giving her her broadcast, having taken the Auschwitz.
Let's do this.
Camera 3, truck left for your wide shot.
Stop, Gunther.
Stand by.
What?
Look! Stay on the air. Go do what you have to do, darling.
Jesus, it can't be him. God,
Oh, it
please
can.
don't kill me. Feeling it, General? Doom is coming.
Best players 95. Please leave your tip on your way out. Alright, okay. Welcome back. We're here with a true hero.
Okay, I've got wooden
One of the
cutouts
biggest
in the audience.
names we've ever had on this show. The scourge of terrorists everywhere. General Engel! Yeah!
So that's the Beatles just there, or the alt-universe version.
Alright.
Which hasn't noticed me yet.
I'm gonna say what
This needs to happen up close.
Take
For
us
you,
through
Caroline.
the moment you executed Terror Billy. What was that like for you? It must have been so emotional.
Well, Jimmy, I remember, as I was swinging my saber, I thought to myself, we are safe now. Terror Billy was a terrible threat to everyone's safety.
Hi.
What the hell?
You're dead! I
gracious,
severed you
Terror
from your
Billy!
shoulders! I killed you!
Oof. Wow. Oh, how gory is this going to get?
I'm the best you got. And your best won't do. You're my wolf now. These are our words.
Oh, well, okay, that's pretty gross.
Stuff in your faces, full of bright words as you're sitting in front of your Nazi television boxes. Just laughing all the lies they've been feeding you, laughing till you're choking. Well, it ends tonight.
Oh, yeah, it ends tonight. My brothers and sisters of the United States of America, tonight, we the free people of the resistance,
Oh, it's like the end of the
ask
game.
you to become one of us.
There's a lie. There's a lie. There's a threatening, there's a torturing, there's a killing. They beat you in
They
submission.
beat you.
They made your very thoughts a crime. But if tonight you gather, speak freely from your heart,
Yes,
I'll use one of us.
right on. And if tonight we see you on the streets with a knife or a brick, or just your clenched fist fighting the powers that be, then you are one of us.
And if tonight you look down upon your hands and they soaked in the blood of our oppressors, then you is one of us.
If tonight you hold your babies in your arms and swear they'll grow up to be free people, then you are one of us.
Did you forget? They brought this war to our shores,
Yes, sister.
and then they beat us. They murdered us. They executed us.
Literally, as he's
But
right
guess
there with
what?
his head back on.
Tonight, they also find out that they fucked with the wrong country. My brothers and sisters of the United States of America. When we stand together, ain't nothing and no one can take our country. snatched from us. Tonight, they burn. Tonight, you are one of us. We're not gonna take it. No, we ain't gonna take it. We're not gonna.
Okay, I guess that's the end. Huh, okay. Okay, well, it's great that you take Frau Engel out at the end. That was slightly anticlimactic. Let me see if I can just reduce the volume a little bit on this, so you can hopefully hear me talking without the noise overriding it. Okay, so yeah, okay, a bit of anticlimactic ending, to be honest. Yeah, Frau Engel goes down, but it's interesting you do it on TV in full view of everybody. So maybe this is because they're setting it up for the whole Freedom Chronicles DLC thing, which again I'm presuming is what the Vault countdown unlock is. And it's nice that I like the ending with the Irishman, but yeah, after such a gonzo crazy run through with getting executed, fighting in houses that are collapsing while in midair, going to Venus, having the audition with Hitler, the ending was cool, but not particularly meaty. I mean, perhaps the wrong selection of words given what happens to Frau Engel's head, but you know, yeah, it just didn't feel not very satisfying. I mean, it's not uncommon that games don't quite stick the landing very well, and even Wolfenstein 1 had, you know, it wasn't. Bits of the ending fight weren't particularly great for me, so the ending wasn't as good as it could have been, but the actual ending, you know, you nuke Death's Head's costume, that compound, all that, seemed to work out. Oh, here we go.
Take to the streets and show them that the free people in Scotland
Oh, hold on.
will never surrender!
He's doing a Braveheart thing. Okay, dude, you just crack on. Oh, he's getting the ring back. Of course. Maybe that's why it didn't feel quite so satisfying. It was that plot hook hanging.
You make me strong and weak at the same time. Will you marry me?
William.
Oh, that's better. Okay, that's improved the ending for me. Okay, let me just pop that down again. Okay, so yeah, well, that's Wolfenstein: The New Colossus. The combat towards the end was wearing on me a bit because there wasn't much new to it. It's not bad. The core loop of gunplay isn't bad, but you know, it wasn't anywhere near as interesting as the crazy story itself. And then to have the ending not involve a really kind of, I don't know, some sort of cool spectacle involving combat, ironically then made it feel weaker. There was no sort of crazy battle. The fighting top the Irishman was okay, but it wasn't, I don't know, it was just shooting a bunch of stuff with the black hole generator gun rather than, you know. Ooh, are we seeing revolution in the streets here? Well, people being shot in the streets by the look of it. So there was the option to use the table to zoom around and kill Uber commanders off using the Enigma machine, going back to existing levels you've been to by the look of it, and interesting way of revisiting the levels. Not the kind of thing that grips me immensely. So I'm not sad I missed out on that. I'm not quite sure what the benefits to killing the Uber commanders were, especially because by the time that becomes available, it's quite late in the game already. Also interesting in that I got the mission to get the power constrictor thing, and I wonder if I missed another one to get the other bit of gear as well, the rams, or whether it's random, whether you get 2 out of 3 eventually, or not quite clear. A lot about the world is really interesting and feels like it's the kind of thing I would want to watch more of. Hey, hold on, what is this little symbol? This isn't... This weird symbol on stuff here, rather than the Nazi swastika. Odd. At least in all this artwork. It makes me wonder if it was I know there was a German version, obviously, which has all things like a lot of the stuff reduced down and presumably the swastika's taken out. I don't know. I wonder if that's what that is. I also feel like Horton, or whatever it's called, the chaps out in New Orleans added to a force. They feel like they're added too late to really be much of that great amount of interest, you know. Grace, although I didn't like the way she seems to sort of just roll in and take over the Kreisau Circle, despite the fact that the Kreisau Circle is this existing powerful group. At least she's there for a while as part of what's going on. Whereas the chap from New Orleans doesn't get a lot of good use made of him, because there's not a lot of much left of the game after that point, it feels like. I'm not begrudging the length of the game overall. Like I said, I was getting a bit tired of the gunplay towards the end, to be honest. And again and again feeling that sense of seeing the arenas I was moving through and going, I really wish I was moving through these games in like an RPG or an exploratory or some other fashion than just as a corridor in which to shoot some Nazis. So I'm not concerned about the length of the game, but I wonder if some of the stuff could have been done without being added earlier on. Maybe. Not necessarily the contraptions, since they just had a slightly additional way of moving through a level rather than doing anything really interesting as far as I could tell. But yeah, again, look at these symbols and look at this. What's this? Unless this is some sort of American Revolutionary symbol or something, and then I can only assume this is a replacement for the Nazi symbols for some reason. Oh, I hope you can hear me over this music. They're really giving it some welly. Oh, nice use of the K for the Kreisau Circle instead of like an A for Anarchy or whatever. There's the Freedom Rebellion icon. Yeah, so it's a good game. I enjoyed playing it. I feel like I'm just getting worn out by the combat, and that there's so much more potential to it that isn't fully realised because the way you interact with the world is very limited. And it kind of goes there anyway. I mean, it gives you lots of opportunities to wander around, read stuff, chat to people, but it's just, I want more of that, you know? But that said, I'm happy with the length, the ending when it did, although it was a surprise it ended right at that point. I expected some more. Interesting also that it doesn't take the step of letting you kill Adolf Hitler. I don't know whether they're going to be saving that for another game or whether they just decided not to do that for some reason. I'm surprised because I imagine it's quite a cathartic thing to give to a lot of gamers. Yeah, so that felt like it was sort of a plot hook as well, or a plot thread left hanging. What happens to Hitler? Unless of course I might be entirely wrong. It might be you have the chance to kill him there and then when he's on the floor during the audition. I may have just missed an opportunity there. But I don't know. Maybe I should go back and replay that level and find out. I'm interested to find out how the other timeline works for this. You get to pick early on whether it was Fergus or the other chap from the first game who survives. Same decision as you make in the first game. And obviously it would have different interactions with some of the characters who interact with Fergus in different ways, and presumably, for instance, you don't need to find, well, maybe you need to find what's-his-face's arm as well, since he presumably also loses his arm just like Fergus. But I wonder what else was different. In the first game, it changed your access to different areas, whether you could hotwire stuff or pick locks, and what kind of upgrade you got with it, health or armour. So I'm wondering what effects it might have had in this as well. Oh, hello. Okay. Is it not entirely over after all? Okay, well, I'm back on board. Keep playing.
Off kicking ass and revolutionizing. You and I are gonna type some loose ends by taking out any Uber commanders left on the board. Now get on the Enigma machine and the war map and do your thing. I'll be your comm support. Come on, let's make the way for our people on the ground.
Interesting. So basically, you can continue playing through and obviously do any of these you've missed, which I guess is okay. I'm not spectacularly interested in doing that at the moment. I'll be interested if there's a reward for getting all of the Uber commanders. Maybe it adds up some new information about what happens next, but at least they do let you kind of carry on playing with this and crack on. Klinger, is that the guy I killed already, I think? Yeah. Okay, and they cost a lot each, so it can't be as simple as clearing them all up, surely. Yeah, okay, so that is Wolfenstein 2. Oh, hello.
When we bolted from Manhattan, I left behind a box of magnetic tapes of very sensitive data. Stupid fuck that I am. Locations of other resistance cells, list of names, that kind of thing. Now it's encrypted, but I can tell from the chatter coming out of the Nazis' Manhattan bunker that they are close to cracking my ciphers. If you were to somehow fuck up their magnetic tape units, that bad data would be erased. The details are on the war map.
Okay, so they're going to give you various mini quests still to go back and do stuff and presume have more chance to get more Enigma. Yeah, it's a really good game, but somehow I just feel like it's maybe lacking a little something. I don't know. My frustrations with it just as this FPS maybe bleeding through. My desire for a bit more from the combat arenas, to be a bit less a set of corridors and arenas for the shooting dudes. And just seeing this really tantalizingly detailed, lovingly detailed world all around that I want to interact more with.
Curtis, dearling, I heard about you, a writer of famous American books.
Oh God.
Maybe you have copies.
Is this the one who wanted to write stuff?
I would like me to. There was the book burning rally in Pennsylvania.
I remember hearing about book burnings in Berlin.
Yeah, so there we have it. Lots to look around at, lots to poke, presumably some missions to do, some more stuff to do with doing the gun thingy. I'll have a look at the achievements to see what else I'm missing there. It's been a fun playthrough. It's a good game, yeah. I'll be very interested to see if the DLCs make any more of it. So, this has been Conundra Gaming and Chris playing through Wolfenstein 2. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe. If you've got any thoughts about Wolfenstein 2, comments, criticisms, anything else you want to let me know in the comments below. And I hope you stick with me for other games in the future. Thank you very much and goodbye.